Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Alex's Adventures. And in this episode of Alex's Adventures, we will be walking down the historic Pine Avenue in Long Beach, California. So we are in downtown Long Beach. In this episode of Alex's Adventures, we will be walking down the historic Pine Avenue and see what this place has to offer. So we are at the entrance of the historic Pine Avenue. The historic Pine Avenue is basically the downtown main street of Long Beach. So as you can see, looking down the street, there are a couple of historic buildings, such as this building, the Farmers and Merchants Bank building. And you can see this is a historic building, and here you have some modern apartment buildings along with shops and restaurants on the main floor. So that is the Farmers and Merchant Bank building on 3rd Street in Pine Avenue. And now let's go ahead and explore the historic Pine Avenue, which is closed off due to the pandemic times. Here you can see outdoor dining in full effect. And at the end of Pine Avenue is the Long Beach waterfront. So here is Pine Square. You can lease an apartment here. And let's go ahead and walk down the street. So we're at the intersection of Broadway and Pine Avenue. Broadway is one of the main streets of downtown Long Beach. Here you have a 7-Eleven. Looks like the floor above 7-Eleven is being renovated. Broadway is a one-way street that leads south. Here you have some outdoor dining areas, which is basically empty as of now. And yeah. So we just crossed Broadway, and here's a King Fish House, which is a restaurant on the corner of Broadway and Pine Avenue. Here is King's Fish House with the outdoor dining. And as we continue to walk down, there are some couple of more historic buildings along with stores. And what I like about walking down the historic Pine Avenue is that you get to take in the historic buildings of downtown Long Beach. It reminds me of being in downtown LA or even in San Francisco. The architect, you get to appreciate the architect of these old historic buildings. So as you can see on both sides, those are outdoor dining tents. And we are walking towards First Street. And here's one of the historic buildings that's been closed off, including this building. I hope this building is not abandoned and gets put into good, purposeful use. And this street is basically the transit plaza, so basically no cars can drive through this street. This is basically a transit plaza for Metro and also Metro Light Rail. So here's this historic building with a clock tower on top. And this is also a hub for Long Beach Transit. So we just walk down one block and see all the historic buildings with this restaurant. And this is Ocean Boulevard. And this street leads you to the Gerald Desmond Bridge and the Vincent Thomas Bridge if you make a right turn here. And yeah. So I can see this building is also being renovated, which is a good thing. A good thing to know that these buildings are being preserved and being used for a good purpose. There's the street that we just walked down, and here is the Pike outlets, and on our left is the convention center. So we are on the steps of the Long Beach Convention Center. Here is the Pike outlets. Here with the movie theater. And there you can see the Shoreline Lighthouse and the Pacific Ocean. So we are at the end of the historic Pine Avenue. On your right is the Long Beach Convention Center. And here is Rainbow Lagoon Park. At the end of Pine Avenue, here you can see the pedestrian bridge. Pretty cool. So here you can see the Pine Avenue Pier, which you can walk down to the waterfront. And yeah, so you can see the Long Beach skyline, as you can see, and the Bike Palace. And here are the offices in downtown Long Beach, along with the historic Pine Avenue Pier. So there is Pine Avenue Pier in the distance, and as we pan to our left, here you can see the hotel along with the Long Beach Convention Center. Here's the Laugh Factory and the famous Ferris wheel at the Pike Outlets. This is at the end of the historic Pine Avenue in downtown Long Beach, and here is the iconic pedestrian bridge that you see in Long Beach. Here is Shoreline Boulevard, and let's cross the street. So once you cross the street, here's the Pine Avenue Pier. And let's go ahead and take a walk on the pier. So we are on the Pine Avenue Pier. This is the Rainbow Harbor, you can see there. Here you can see several ships and boats that are docked here. You can also see the beautiful Queen Mary from this vantage point. And here's the famous Shoreline Park Lighthouse. You can see more ships that are docked here. You can catch a tour of the waters here. There is Pine Avenue, the end of Pine Avenue. And let's not forget about the Shoreline Village. So this is such a beautiful spot to sit down and relax. So that's about it for this episode of Alex's Adventures. If you like this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below on what you think about this place. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that is on this channel. And thank you for watching Alex's Adventures. And I'll see you on the next one.